theatrical experience. So we're really glad to have him here. I want to thank A24 for all their work to make this series happen and our Marty Supreme screenings. If we can give A24 a big round of applause. Thank you, as well as always, to our amazing staff and volunteers, and our projectionist Jared up in the booth running the films tonight. Talk about two of the greatest films you can ever see on the big screen, Dune Part 1 and Part 2, with the second one being on 70 millimeter. So we're really, yeah. So we're so excited for that. Lastly, I just want to thank our amazing American Cinematheque members in the audience. You really make this possible. This is a members-only screening, so we get all of you in the same room where we can say thank you. If you're, I think a lot of you are new to the American Cinematheque. We're a nonprofit that does over 1,600 screenings a year across our three amazing venues here at the Arrow and at the Lost Fields 3, and that's all thanks to your support. So a heartfelt thank you to our members. Yes. And without further ado, we have some special guests. So it is my great pleasure to welcome our special guest host. He is the director of the two films you're about to see. Let's welcome the one and only Denis Villeneuve.
Hey. Thank you. Welcome. Okay, it's going to be a long night, so I will waste no time to introduce my dear friend who was just nominated for an Academy Award, for a BAFTA, and won the Critics' Choice and a Golden Globe for Marty Supreme, Timothée Chalamet. Yeah, this is Al Gaib. But you have to understand that for both of us, it's very weird to do a Q&A together.
First time. Here we go. First time.
How
about Denis in the Marty jacket? Come on, this is crazy, man. What?
I just got a gift.
What?
Bon.
Here we go.
We'll try to do a real Q&A for you guys because they are here for both movies, and the second one will be screened in a 70 millimeter.
Tonight, yep. Here we go.
Awesome. Yeah, that means honestly, when I've been told that the movie was screened tonight, we thought that both of us that the theater will be empty because of the Super Bowl, but you guys are here.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yes. So if they try to achieve excellence, they are aiming for excellence. They want to be the best at what they do. And is it something, and you said yourself, you express publicly this idea that goal, something that you share, and do you think that those characters, you can even say that Paul Atreides too is in some regard someone that want to reach excellence, and is it something that you think that your role that you choose in the past, in the recent years, is unconscious or conscious that you are driven to role the characters that aim for that, you think?
No, I think it's, in large part, it's trying to work with amazing directors like yourself, and it's been by happenstance. I think Paul Atreides is in the same group, but I think his destiny is bestowed upon him, and he's resisting it, at least in the first two films you guys will see tonight. I can't wait for everyone here to see this Part 3 we cooked up over the summer, and Denis did incredible. Yeah.
It's cooking.
It's cooking right now. We were backstage. I was trying to find out what ingredients are going in the stew. He was, typically mysterious. And this is a very surreal experience to be up here. I got tremendous respect for Denis. We were backstage. I told him it feels preposterous for you to ask me questions. I had a whole list of questions on my phone, and this man truly changed my life. And
stop it.
No, it's true, man. Absolutely. And I really look at a complete unknown, Marty Supreme, and Dune Part 3. I did those in 16 months or something, and that's a fact. You could check that. And a complete unknown in Marty Supreme without the experience I had on Dune Part 1 and Dune Part 2, and a little more cynically, without the success of those films, they don't get greenlit budget-wise, whatever. And the experience I had on those, there's no Dune Part 3, at least for me, as an experience that we had. And I don't want to say too much about it, you know. But it was, I had a magical experience with Denis this summer, and I'm very grateful to him. He's been a master for a long time, but he's allowed me to grow. Next to him, he went from something of a father figure to an uncle figure on the second movie.
To a buddy.
To a buddy, it's true, to a brother. You know, sorry, so that was a long-winded answer.
No, but when you approach excellence, like to portray a character, sorry, I'm really nervous as these things, and I'm like the nerd reading the questions. How do you approach a character like Marty Mauser? Yeah, no, but when you do a movie about sport, and you have to portray again excellence, like as a ping pong player. I mean, that's pretty. That's a point too. It's pretty specific. I mean, you have to portray on screen someone that is the best in the world as a ping pong player. And like Bob Dylan, that demand a tremendous amount of preparation.
A tremendous amount of preparation, but as you said, I feel like I find myself in these roles, and you know, ping pong is a metaphor in this movie. I feel like it's really about being an artist and being shut down 1,000 times. And you know, I look at your early interviews in Montreal, and there's a tremendous amount of humility in the interviews, but also to achieve a movie like Dune, I know your confidence has to be on a level that's insanely high. And it's one of the exciting things about talking to Denis tonight. I feel like Marty Supreme is about ambition with no disguise. It's just ambition. And what I've loved working with you, or even going back to these early interviews, the amazing thing with Denis, I've said it in 1,000 interviews before, but he's a good man. And I feel like with genius artists, there's usually like a very selfish, there can be a selfish component. And, you know, I thought maybe that's why you'd hate Marty Supreme or something. No, I'm kidding. But no, I'm kidding.
I deeply love Marty Supreme. You know,
well, you always told me to work with the Safdie brothers. For 6 years, you've told me to.
I am a major fan of these guys, and Josh Safdie and his brother. But
when we were during COVID, we went to see Tenet together when we did the Budapest scene. And then Denis said to me, "What are you going to work on?" I said, "I think I'm going to do this table tennis film with Josh Safdie." And you never flinched about table tennis. You said, "You got to work with Josh Safdie. He's a great filmmaker." You know.
No, they are like amazing filmmakers, and the work you did, both of you together, is truly astonishing. I was so proud of the film. Watching you and the film too. It's an incredible accomplishment.
Thank you.
And the thing again to portray, there's like, I don't want to diminish it to the sport, but I always think of it. You have to on screen in front of the camera perform like if you were. I mean, you play ping pong a lot.
Oh yeah, so it's true. It's true.
No, but. When like a character like Paul is a character that is Paul Atreides, specific in the first movies, is someone more taciturn, more someone that is like in the first movie more in the backseat. He will take control more in the second movie, but still someone that is more there to observe and interpret and digest the reality around him. As for Marty, is someone that is directly the opposite.
It's true, and they both come with their great qualities. But I look at my experience working on Dune, like Paul's relation with the sandworm, where in the first movie he's almost eaten by it. I feel like I barely survived the production simply because to step on that set, I was 23 years old, and you know, we're in Jordan, we're in the UAE, we're in Budapest, and also I was thinking about it on the drive here. Working on a movie like Dune, the size of it, there's days where a lot is demanded of you and some where, and I didn't know how to navigate it the first time. I think anyway, so in the second movie, he learns how to ride the worm. It's a little bit where I found myself. And on the third one, I'm not giving anything away plot-wise, but I feel like I really knew what I was walking into, and I felt your generosity in that way. So if Marty Mauser's driven towards excellence, that's obviously now where Paul Atreides finds himself in the third movie. I won't say too much about where it's going, but I did feel he's going to kill me. He's going to shut the fuck up.
But the thing is, as you rightly said, is the books have been written 65 years ago.
Exactly.
Spoilers.
Exactly. That's true. Yeah, but there's a certain level of paranoia on set about the script pages and stuff. You know, they don't want anybody to leak. But no, I feel like, you know, I don't want to give too much away, and then the collaborative process is private. But I felt I was coming off A Complete Unknown and Marty Supreme, and I feel like I had a certain level of confidence coming off those projects. It's delicate when you're working with someone like Denis. You know, what a treat for all of us tonight. I don't know how many people are coming tomorrow night, too, but we get Denis Villeneuve and Christopher Nolan on back-to-back nights. These guys, these are like the two masters. We got a lot of masters working, but to me, they've differentiated themselves simply at the size of the budgets they're working with, and they still are on the sandworm of their films. You know, they're still riding the wave. And I felt Denis on this third one, I feel like he would help me through the first one and the second. I feel like this time you really allowed me to continue blossoming artistically. And
That's
I'm
so
very
sweet of you,
grateful,
because
man.
it's true. But you and it's you know, for a director, this will be the probably the only time in my life that I will have the deep privilege to witness an actor, an artist growing in front of the camera, and getting more and more confident and evolving. And I did see you grow and artistically. And for me, it's quite of a privilege and a truly a unique and amazing experience. And to see, because you have always been tremendously talented. You're like a diamond and a diamant brut. But to see how you learn to own the space and to become a lead and own the space on a set, and I truly saw an incredible evolution between the three movies. And it's true that the three films were a different experience and a very interesting.
For me, they were entirely different. And again, without revealing too much anecdotally, but what's going. But
all right, let's tell them. Right, okay.
No, but shit, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Yeah.
The worm.
The worm. Something about the worm.
But okay, I will go back to what was planned. Okay. When you're acting, are you interested by control, or by more by the control, or by accidents? Meaning that when the camera rolls, is it something for you that, are you excited by the unknown of something that could burst and surprise you, or you're more reassured to see when you look at yourself later that you were in control of what you were doing?
Yeah, practice a million times, so in the moment it could be totally free. And I think what can get lost in a movie like Marty Supreme is because the humor can be so accidental at times. People think maybe it's juvenile or it's all improvisational. It's really not. You know, Ronnie Bronstein and Safdie, they were very precise about their words. So I feel like I want to prepare to death, but then I want ultimately, you know, opportunity to be free within it. It's why I love the speech, the Lisan Al-Gaib speech in the second movie. I remember when you came to set that day, you were finishing another scene, and then you had a little bit of time that night, and I said, hey, I've kind of thought about this, you know, and I could see, we even talked about this on part 3 a lot. You said it's nice when a spark of an idea is valid, whether it's from an actor or a production designer or whatever, and also when there's the humility to go, all right, if you say that's a bad idea, you know, it's a bad idea, and to leave it behind. But no, I think things can be accidental and organic, and it's one of my favorite things, I think, in part 3 again. But it was to learn the tone of the movie, you know, and go, okay, the plot has to move forward here, and Paul Atreides is the central character, but where moments can get snuck in that feel really impromptu, in a movie that's futuristic and sci-fi, I think as an audience, you really connect with that. You go, whoa, this is lived in, you know?
Yeah, that was a journey. You know, we spent a lot of time together.
That's true.
But there's something about there's all the process acting. So there's a thing I like is what happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen. So that's why
I know, I keep going near it, so I'm sorry. I'm the one that's doing it. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. No, see, you're right. What happens in the kitchen stays in the kitchen.
No,
but
me, I could talk about our process together, but I don't know if how much you would be happy about that. No, but it's nice. It's nice things I want to say, but it's just I feel you're no. Okay.
No, go
but
near it.
I have something. I read something interesting the other day because I'm a victim of that tonight. I wear the Marty Supreme jacket, which is I think is awesome. No, but I've read that, and I love that you said that for you that the marketing of Marty Supreme was a personal act of creativity. It was not a gimmick or something. It's something that you truly believe that, and it was a way to express yourself. And I know you made that short film where you see the character coming out, or yourself coming out of that box with balls, ping pong orange balls, and it was very but it felt like a contemporary performance, video performance, and so it's something that because I felt that also already with fashion that you express yourself. Of course, your main job is acting, being an actor, but you also love to express yourself to different medium like that.
Absolutely. I mean, these films are commercially oriented, so to do things that have purely an art feel or a performance art feel, I feel like it's not even part of the job. It's like, it's where my creativity or my expression has taken me. Honestly, seeing how your creativity and the things that come to you on set and the way you're inspired too, I feel like as an actor, you'll lose your mind if you stay in that box, or if you think of yourself in that box. Especially in Hollywood, especially if you like to be told where to stand, what to say, how to say it, be fearful, not want to, misstep and misspeak, and you gotta keep pushing and push outside that box. Greg Fraser helped me shoot that video, and I wouldn't have met Greg if it wasn't for Dune. So yeah, these things have felt like expressions, and it's one of the things stepping on Dune 1, I had no clue. Honestly, like what was happening half the time, and by the third movie, a director, he can have a singular vision as a story. He's in communication with actors like myself, but then like with Denis, he has this masterful crew. There's Jackie in the costume department, or Greg Fraser or Linus in the third movie, and he's kind of like being captain of the ship at the same time. Anyway, I don't know if I'll ever be bold enough to actually direct something, but when you're around artists like yourself or Safdie, I want to step outside that box, and push myself.
Do you think you will direct a film one day?
You look, man, you set the bar way too high, man. Like, that'd be tough to be on set with Denis, yeah.
No, but is it something, because this will to express yourself outside of the acting zone, is it something that could appeal to you? Or?
Yeah, but I feel like there's so many minds and non-success stories in that regard. The joke I made on stage with Richard Curtis is I don't want to do a sepia tone, shaky camera, independent film, and there's a bunch of lens flares, anyway, not to be disrespectful, but towards anybody who's made a movie like that, but maybe one day, let's see. Yeah, if you'll produce it. If I can get your name on it, your cosign.
But that's a commitment. When we did the 3 movies together, the difference with Dune and other projects is that you had 3 movies to work on the same character, seeing the evolution of this character. And did you, because we had chat together about this, but were you able to project yourself or to construct an arc out of each movie? Not maybe the third one, because we didn't know at the time we will do it, but is it something that you had in mind as you were building the character?
No, definitely 2 and 3. Like I said, the first movie, I literally, because I had shot, I didn't really understand that the part 1 and part 2, I really feel like the arc is unresolved at the end of the first movie. It's untraditional in that sense, the lead character, and then really the second movie fulfills it. I think the third one, I've totally had that experience, and it was very clear to me what the story was we were telling, and very moving, because I felt like I spent the most time with any director with you, the most time with any crew, with the crew of Dune, so I felt like it was kissing something goodbye. We also did these films rapidly. It hasn't maybe felt like that in the release of them, but it was quick, and I finished them at 29. They'll come out when I'm 31, but I did them in my 20s, and you know, I had a great joke and metaphor to make there, but I'm not gonna say it. It's like the way the movie ends, the way the book ends is the way I've, you know, my career is like how my career is leading me. But I don't wanna say too much. I don't wanna say too much. I don't wanna say too much. But just know I was going through a lot on set that day. I was like, holy shit. Yeah.
But it's not true. One thing at a time. No, but Benicio del Toro said something one day that I really love. He said, it's not filmographies, it's biographies. It's Dune will have been 7 or 8 years of our life, 10 years for me, but for it together, we say it's
No, you were unlikely to work with someone as much as you work with me. I always tease Denis about that. I'm like, this is what, you know, this is, I'm it, baby. I'm like, this is, that's it. In the in memoriam, we're next to each other, my friend. You know, it's like, it'll be like us with our arms around each other. But no, I mean, yeah. Oh shit! What did you say there? I forgot.
No, my only concern is because I'm a director. Well,
Yeah.
Time-wise, are we okay? Oh, huh?
Nice.
5 more minutes. All right. So, okay. Here's a more like trivia. No, okay. Is Paul? Something that we asked throughout the trilogy is whether Paul is leading or being carried by forces larger than himself. I'm reading the question because I wanted them to be in proper English so you can understand. As an actor, how did you hold the tension between agency and inevitability?
Wow. I mean, that's a great question, and that's where I feel, you know, the French-Canadian humility is going to clash with my American hubris here, but I'm
half French,
but I'm half French, so I counterbalance it. Here's the thing: I feel like as an actor, you can get put in a box or whatever, and it's hard to push against that edge. It's harder, further than that, to work with someone of your caliber, even at 29, come on set and go, "Hey, I have an idea about a scene," you know, and. So, you know, to resolve that question, I feel like I'm not carried along by any forces. I feel like I'm pushing exactly how I want to see. I'm pointing the way, like Paul Atreides says. And that's why that rocket's up there, because I feel like that's me in the rocket. I'm fucking, it's a straight shot.
Oh, God.
Yeah, exactly. And,
This is your rocket?
Yeah.
This is a Timothée Chalamet icon?
Yeah, exactly. That took me 3 minutes on an iPad. But you know, that's like, the more I answer that question, the more I'm gonna dig a hole for myself. But no, I feel like that's my job as in 2026 in the position I'm in Hollywood. No matter how cringe that sounds, I'm like, no, I'm gonna show A, that you don't have to lose your mind, and B, that you can kick ass with all the choices. I'm 30 years old. I walked in here, people were screaming Lisan Al Gaib, you know. So I have like, you know. Exactly.
Don't. That must not go to. Don't do that. Don't call him Messiah because we're.
You did it to me, man. You did it to me. You're the one that set me up.
Hey, just to finish, I just have a question. I always wanted to ask you. It might be to find it silly, but see, I think you have like an ability as an actor also to play with fashion. Kind of genius, a bit like David Bowie. You have such a confidence. And is fashion came before acting or in the same time, or is something that you learned through as you grew? Because it's really an explosion of creativity too.
I don't know. Before, I mean, you know, it's like the video of Greg Fraser, like you said. They're all means to an end, you know, and. No, I mean, I have no good answer for that, you know, because...
Here's the answer.
There it is. There's the answer.
No,
hey,
no,
but let me say one more thing, though. This is amazing to have Denis here, man. Like, what a treat. And let me just say one thing before...
No, but...
okay. Yeah.
I honestly... Thank you, but I'm here for you guys and for him. I mean, I'm in the editing room right now. We're knee deep into the cut.
So the fact
film.
that he left the editing room to be here.
Yeah, exactly. Just because I deeply love you.
No, and I appreciate it, man. And like even the thing we kind of skirted around. He's like, oh, you want me to, you know, let people into the kitchen too much, whatever. Basically, without saying too much once more. But I've had this unique experience with this man, and hopefully we'll get to do it somewhere else. I know you got to get a British guy for the next one, blah blah blah. But
Well, you're French and American.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
not
That's
Brit.
true. Hey, he's pitching me. Let's go. Oh no, but no. But the first movie, I was like a tadpole. The second one, I was growing. And this third one, to the degree of things that'll be private between us, he allowed me to blossom, and I'm very grateful for that. To have a tremendous artist like yourself, you didn't have to do that. You're such a good director. You could have blocks.
Merci,
in
mon
your
ami.
movies.
You're very generous with me.
Thank you so much, man.
Congratulations, Timothée, on everything. And,
Thank you, man.
Touching wood for what's up.
Hey, let's see, man. Come on.
Yeah,
If you're a member of the Screen Actors Guild, no, I'm kidding.
Long live Marty Sapri.
Thank you. See you guys.
Have a good night. Bon
See you.
cinéma.